It was a night of glitter, chaos, heartbreak, and soaring notes that shattered glass across Europe. Welcome to the Eurovision Song Contest 2025, where Austria snatched victory in the final seconds, Israel's controversial entry stirred protests, and the UK once again found itself deep in the rankings. Let's break down everything that happened in Basel, Switzerland, where sequins met politics and drama reigned supreme in what can only be described as a last-minute plot twist worthy of an HBO finale. Austria's JJ, a 24-year-old counter-tenor from the Vienna State Opera, rose from the depths of jury rankings to steal the crown with his heart-wrenching electro-ballad, Wasted Love. Yes, that's right. Wasted Love was anything but wasted, bringing Austria its third-ever Eurovision victory in a decade-spanning saga that began in 1966 with Udo Jürgens and burned bright again in 2014, thanks to the iconic Conchita Wurst. This time, it was JJ's turn, and he didn't just sing, he swept. As Israel's Yuval Raphael sat poised in the top spot after an emotional wave of public support, JJ's score was the last to be announced, and bam, like a reverse mic drop, the 178 points from the public catapulted Austria straight into Eurovision immortality with 436 points total. "Thank you so much for making my dreams come true," he said, clutching the iconic glass microphone trophy. "Love is the strongest force in the world. Let's spread more love." Cue the tears. JJ's victory wasn't just personal, it was practically cinematic. His younger sister broke through security barriers to throw her arms around him, while his entire family, including his 85-year-old grandfather and 4-month-old niece, celebrated outside the arena. The top 5, in case you missed it: Austria, JJ, Wasted Love, Israel, Yuval Raphael, New Day Will Rise, Estonia, Tommy Cash, Espresso Macchiato, Sweden, Kajay, Barabada, Bastu, Italy, Lucio Corsi, Volevo essere un duro, Sweden's sauna anthem. Barabada Bastu might have had everyone in towels dancing, but it couldn't topple JJ's gut punch vocals. Estonia's Tommy Cash? His song, Espresso Macchiato, came packed with the kind of lyrical caffeine that kept Europe awake, but it still fell short. And Israel's entry, New Day Will Rise, delivered by 25-year-old Yuval Raphael, herself a survivor of the October 7th Hamas attacks, was an emotional centerpiece of the night. Raphael's delicate performance resonated deeply, but it wasn't enough to hold back the Austrian tide. But Eurovision wouldn't be Eurovision without a side of political chaos. Once again, Israel's inclusion triggered intense backlash, with pro-Palestinian demonstrations erupting outside the venue in Basel. And during Raphael's performance, 2 protesters almost stormed the stage, one of them throwing paint that struck a crew member. Luckily, no one was seriously hurt, and the show carried on. Swiss broadcaster SRGSSR confirmed that the pair were detained and handed to police. Meanwhile, Israel's team revealed that Raphael was shaken and upset, but proud of her performance. Back on stage, things got even more Eurovision-y. Think glitter, sexual innuendo, and jaw-dropping theatrics. Malta's Mariana Conte had to rewrite her disco banger Serving Kant because, well, it sounded like a swear word. But don't worry, she winked through the censorship knowing the crowd would fill in the blanks. Estonia's Tommy Cash spun disco and spaghetti metaphors like a Eurovision chef, crooning, "Life is like spaghetti, it's hard until you make it." Poetic genius or fever dream? You decide. And then there was Finland's Erika Vikman, who said goodbye to metaphors entirely. Her song, Ich Koma, was a shameless, explosive hymn to sexual pleasure. The performance? She literally rode a giant spark-shooting phallic microphone into the sky. And no, we're not making that up. That audacious move earned her 11th place, and probably a permanent spot in Eurovision lore. But beneath the sparkle, deeper themes shone through. Portugal's Napa delivered a biting critique of economic migration. Latvia's Tautomatus confronted environmental collapse. Dutch contestant Claude gave one of the night's most emotional performances, a tribute to his mother, who moved their family from the DRC to Europe. As he danced with a projection of his childhood self in a mirror, you could hear the audience holding its collective breath. Then there was France's Louane, whose sandstorm-surrounded ballad, dedicated to her late mother, howled with grief and beauty. Despite its raw emotion, the public awarded her just 50 points, and she landed in 7th. JJ's performance? Pure art. Shot entirely in black and white, he stood aboard a symbolic boat, battered by emotion, literally swaying on waves of heartbreak. The visuals matched the lyrics. It was moody, masterful, and absolutely memorable. And then there was the UK. Girl group Remember Monday, a trio of musical theater friends with harmonies tighter than the Kidai.